A few instances where Rihanna has kind of shown where she stands with the Kardashian Jenners, like that time on Twitter when she told Kendall Jenner to not come to her concert.
People think that Rihanna and ASAP Rocky are throwing shade at Kendall Jenner, and here's why.
Like I always say, you can't mess with her in the blogosphere because she will get you back. I mean, I know that Gaga's got her monsters and the monsters attack. It's never Gaga. But Rihanna, she doesn't even wait for her fans. Rihanna will go in and get you good herself. Yeah.
A few instances where Rihanna has kind of shown where she stands with the Kardashian Jenner. Like that time on Twitter when she told Kendall Jenner to not come to her concert. People think that Rihanna and ASAP Rocky are throwing shade at Kendall Jenner. And here's why. Like I always say, you can't mess with her in the blogosphere because she will get you back. I mean, I know that Gaga's got her monsters and the monsters attack. It's never Gaga, but Rihanna. She doesn't even wait for her fans. Rihanna will go in and get you good herself. Yeah, things have definitely flipped, and now Kendall Jenner seems to be having her moment to throw shade back at Rihanna and ASAP Rocky after years of tension. It's no secret that Rihanna has never really liked Kendall or the rest of the Kardashian Jenner family. But when it comes to Kendall, people say Rihanna's dislike is more personal. It apparently started years ago when Kendall and ASAP Rocky were rumored to be getting close. What made things worse was talk that Kendall tried to reconnect with Rocky after he'd already begun seeing Rihanna, and if there's one thing everyone knows about Rihanna, it's that she doesn't mess around when it comes to her relationship fast forward to now, and it looks like Kendall might be enjoying the drama surrounding ASAP Rocky's legal issues. He's currently going through a pretty serious trial. He was reportedly offered a plea deal but turned it down. Now that new witness statements are coming out, it seems like he might be regretting that decision. As for Kendall, sources say she's been quietly throwing shade and enjoying the situation from the sidelines if that's true. Rihanna definitely won't be happy about it. So what exactly did Kendall say? Is she really trying to stir things up again? The scenario is becoming more complicated, particularly because Rocky's trial is not going his way. If found guilty, he may spend up to 24 years behind bars. Almost 25 years would have passed by the time he left, and his two children, Riot Rose and RZA, would be fully grown. Let's face it, the likelihood of Rihanna remaining by his side for so long doesn't seem. Although Rocky obviously has a lot riding on this case. How did he end up in this predicament in the first place? The specific cause of their breakup is still unknown, but it is known that things swiftly deteriorated from what started as an argument to something much worse, according to rumors, after Rocky reportedly fired a firearm at fellow ASAP mob member rally. Rocky produced a weapon and began shooting. Ray ended up with a minor injury, but things could have gone much worse and wasn't just a random act of anger. At least, according to Ray's legal team, they say Rocky planned the whole thing. Allegedly, Rocky invited Ray to a private location under the impression they were going to talk things out. But instead of resolving anything, the situation ended violently. And now, Rocky is fighting for his freedom. With everything that's at stake, he's going to need a very strong defense. Now here's where Kendall comes into the picture again. There's talk that she's been a little so happy about the possibility of Rocky and Rihanna breaking up because of all this. What makes this even more dramatic is the news from a few weeks ago. ASAP and Rihanna reportedly tried to have Kendall and her family banned from attending future Met Galas. This isn't just some minor Hollywood feud. Rihanna has built a serious empire and gained real power and influence over the years, not just in music, but in fashion and beauty as well. While the Kardashians are big names, when it comes to true business respect, Rihanna is on a different level. When she talks, people pay attention. But when the Kardashians attempt to emulate her, it frequently comes across as forced. Here's the twist: as soon as possible, the Kardashians have treated the Met Gala like an annual family gathering. So Rocky's recent appointment to the planning committee gives Rihanna even more control over who gets invited. This could be a major setback, and it all seems to be related to Kendall's support of Chris Brown, which has irritated Rihanna for years. Everyone is aware of the terrible event involving Chris Brown and Rihanna that permanently harmed his reputation, even though the majority of people at the time supported Rihanna. After all Rihanna went through and survived, guess who ended up siding with Chris Brown? Kendall's relationship with him never sat right with her. Kendall Jenner. And let's just say that Rihanna hasn't forgotten about it because her companion arrived as soon as possible. It appears that the Kardashian era of treating the Met Gala like their own catwalk may finally be coming to an end. Since Rocky has significant power over the guest list, and Rihanna herself has significant influence as well. Rihanna's making clear choices come with consequences. It's not just about Kendall showing support for Chris Brown once. What really seemed to bother Rihanna is that Kendall didn't stop. She kept supporting him for years after everything that happened. Kendall and Chris were spotted together frequently. They were seen hanging out at events' private parties and even late-night gatherings. Eventually, rumors started going around that Kendall and Chris were actually dating. At the time, Chris Brown was still in a relationship with Kuru Tran, which made the rumors even more controversial. But according to multiple reports, Kendall didn't seem to care. She was reportedly very into Chris, even while he was still with someone else back in 2014. A source close to Kendall told US Weekly that she had become obsessed with Chris Keep. In mind, this was 2014, around the time when Chris was in jail for violating his probation, after he allegedly made threats involving a weapon while he was supposed to be in rehab for anger management. According to an insider, Kendall and Chris went to Chris's house after the 2014 MTV Video Music Awards and stayed there until 5 in the morning with a group of friends. Not only that, but their younger sister Kylie also began hanging out with Chris shortly after. When their mother, Kris Jenner, was questioned about the girl's relationship with Chris Brown, she laughed it off and even made a joke about how unhappy she was that her daughters were so into bad boys, which didn't sit well with Kendall, all members of the family in the same year. According to an informant who spoke to Magazine, Bruce Jenner, now known as Caitlyn Jenner, intervened and attempted to stop it because he didn't want Kendall or Kylie close to Chris Brown or his team. Bruce reportedly informed Chris that she needed to be serious about it. Chris said it wasn't up for debate, but Rihanna's issue with Kendall is more complex than her relationship with Chris Brown in 2017. Kendall dated ASAP for a short time. Even though Rihanna and Rocky were only friends at the time, it's safe to say that she wasn't thrilled about Kendall's relationship with him. After all, when you don't like someone, being petty can sometimes feel like payback. Rocky is now Rihanna's longtime partner and the father of her children. Maybe Rihanna is just being protective of her space, her man, or both. The tension between Rihanna and Kendall has been simmering for years. It's not loud or explosive, but it's there. One subtle moment that caught fans' attention happened at the Off-White fashion show in 2022. Observers noticed that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky kept pretty neutral expressions during the show, until Kendall walked down the runway. That's when things got interesting. Fans claimed they saw Rihanna giving Kendall a serious side-eye as she walked past. Now Kendall's runway walk has always been a topic people debate. Some say she's graceful, others say she looks bored. After that event, the internet piled on again, criticizing her for walking like she had no energy or emotion. But this time, Rihanna's look, real or imagined, gave fans even more reason to say Kendall didn't belong on that level of modeling. To many, it felt like Rihanna's reaction made a clear statement. She didn't think Kendall was in the same class as the top-tier supermodels. And to be fair, the tension didn't start there. An old tweet from Kendall resurfaced where she wrote, "If Rihanna doesn't perform Complicated tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset." In 2015, Rihanna was supposed to perform at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, but she abruptly withdrew at the last minute. Rumor had it that she wasn't pleased that her close friend Jordan Dunn was abruptly replaced by none other than Kendall Jenner. Rihanna's icy response, "Well, don't come," further fueled the theory that these two had been at odds for a long time. Jordan erased her post after appearing to throw some shade of her own, feeling much better about not engaging in such nonsense. "I apologize. I'm referring to VSSs now that Rihanna has stopped performing them as well. More will be revealed during the 2018 Met Gala." Another unverified rumor made news. According to one insider, Rihanna said, Good thing I have curves to pull this outfit off. I'd hate to be a stick figure," when she was standing close to Kendall at the bar. Whether or not the comment is accurate, it reinforced the persistent notion that Rihanna has never really accepted Kendall before leaving, chuckling. All of this background explains why reports now say Rihanna is using her influence at the Met Gala to quietly freeze the Kardashians out. Sources say she doesn't want them at the event and is doing what she can to make that happen. And it's not just her. Apparently, many insiders in the fashion industry feel like the Kardashian era at the Met Gala should come to an end. They believe their time in the spotlight is up, and Rihanna might just be the one helping push them out the door. That said, this feud might not be as one-sided as it seems. Kendall may have her own reasons for keeping this going. Some think she's secretly hoping that A$AP Rocky's legal troubles don't go away anytime soon. If things don't go well, Kendall could be the one getting the last laugh in this silent rivalry. So, what do you think? Is Kendall just holding a grudge and dragging things out too far, or does she have a right to feel the way she does? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.